Hey guys, it's me, Trainman4014. Today I'm gonna bring you my top 5 favorite steam engines of all time. This list contains extinct and engines that exist to this day. Okay, number 5 goes to Union Pacific A44. I think the bastard's overrated. I think this is like one of the most overrated engines. Like, I'm sorry, but I like the Norner too, don't get me wrong, but I think he's just a little bit overrated. But honestly, look at this Greyhound paint scheme. He looks good in it. I like him in that better than black, actually. So, that's my reason. And also, don't copyright me. Number 4 goes to Union Pacific Challenger 3985. This guy's higher than A44 for a reason. He's one of my favorite. I think he's not. I don't think he's that famous as 4014 and 39 and A44. But he looks. But the reason why he's higher is if you heard the news about his retirement in early 2020, then I don't know what's wrong with you, but he was retired from the Union Pacific roster for the meantime, for the moment. But I also think he looks nice as a Quinn. I like the fact he was a Quinchfield and disguised as one of his own siblings. Like, seriously. Have you ever thought of an engine being disguised as its own sibling? Now, this entry on this spot will probably give you a shocker. But number 3 is Union Pacific 4014. Yes, this guy is number 3. Even though he's my channel mascot, he is not one of my favorite engines in the whole world. Like, to be granted, we're talking about the world's largest operating engine. The world's largest operating engine, and no one can beat that record. No one can. So, and honestly, when you think about it, this guy is like a little bit more famous than A44. So, that's kind of funny when you think about it. Now, number 2. Pierre Marquette 1225. Yes, yes, this guy's my number 2 favorite engine. So yeah, like, this has always been my favorite engine in the world. This one was always my favorite until I learned about 2 different classes. Yes, number 1 is a tiebreaker, but they're both from the same railroad. I'm gonna just give you guys one honorable mention before we move on. Norfolk and Western 611. I was really picking on how I should do it. I don't know if I should do 4014, 3985, and A44 in one spot. Because if I would have done them all in one spot, number 5 would have been 611, number 4 would have been 765, which is right there. So, now, our number 1 pick of my top 5 favorite engines of all time. The New York Central, Hudson's, and Niagara's. Yes, these are both technically kind of almost the same class, but still, They both look so gorgeous. And like, come on now. Some Hustons were streamlined for the 20th Century Limited. Like, look at that. Look at this. Look at this, gorgeous. Like, who doesn't want to... Like, honestly, look at that. Like, look at some of these images of it streamlined for the 20th century. And some of them were streamlined for the Empire State Express. But still, the Hudsons are, like, crazy cool, in my eye. That's why this guy's here, because the design and the fact that some of them were streamlined for different trains is just an added bonus onto that one. The Niagara. Oh, where do I start? It just looks like it looks so badass. Like, look at this. Like, look at these images. Like, look at this. Like, come on. Who doesn't love this design? And also, earlier this year, I got this. I saw this and I knew this was one of my favorite engines in the world. And I saw this ornament while I was on vacation to Minnesota. And I saw this. A New York Central Niagara ornament. Like, let's pull up an image of a Niagara. Like a good image. Like, granted, it does not have as tender, but tell me it is not. Tell me it is 100% accurate. Like, look at this. It looks so cool. So, let's go through all my favorites again. Number 5, Union Pacific 844. Number 4 is 3985. Number 3 is Big Boy 4014. Hold on. Let me get an actual. 3985. And number 3 was Big Boy 4014. Number 2 is... Hold on. Hold on. Get a good image. Pierre Marquette 1225. The New York Central, Hudson, and Niagara. Those are my 5 favorite engines of all time. Well, technically 6 if you want to keep these 2 separate. But these 2 are just both good in their own rights. So, that was my top 5. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't own any of these songs, so this is Trayman 4014 and his Will Niagara saying, have a good day, folks.